Welcome into the studio. Happy Friday from the VOMP crew. Glad that you're here to join us. That's Todd Barsness across from me. He's my dad. John Barsness is on the couch over there. He's my oldest brother. And I'm Hudson Barsness. We're all somewhere or another part of the voiceover world. Dad and I are full-time voiceover artists. Dad's been in it for 14 years. I've been in it. I'm just starting my 4th year. John was there at the start helping Dad with Fiverr and stuff like that with his business, and also runs VO Marketing Pro with Joe, my other brother. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, you don't know that, but now you do. People who have been here, they know that already. So we thank you for joining us. And we do our numbers every single week. Why do we do our numbers, Dad?
We do it for transparency because we think that's a missing thing in the voiceover industry. If you're going to get in front of a camera and in front of a microphone and talk to people about what you do and your success, we just count business. We're in business, and so we count business success as not only, but primarily, at least the foundation is, how much money do you make? And so we started these a couple of years ago, giving our numbers. And I've given mine for a couple of years. You've given yours for a couple of years. And you've watched my business kind of stay about the same, over $300,000 for the last 4 years in voiceover alone. And yours keeps growing.
And the reason we did videos and numbers too was to also kind of show you the realism of what it's like starting in voiceover these days. So there's been some ups and downs, and if you want to see those, you can certainly go back and look at our numbers playlist. There's plenty of them there. So anyway, we're going to jump into our VO Marketing Pro group numbers. They're voice actors, maybe like yourself or Dad and I, who do voiceover, and they have more money to spend on marketing than they do time because they're busy behind the mic. So that we send out emails for those people. They pay us to do that, and then they get certain statistics from those. So Johnny, let's hear them.
All right, 36 warm responses this week, 10 auditions, and I didn't include yours, but without yours, Hudson, we have 7, and they're from 3 people.
Wow.
So Deanna Johnson had 2 recurring, Lauren Gobus had 2 jobs, and then Bill Deweese had 3 jobs with 1 client.
Woo! Those are fun.
So 3 scripts, we consider those
are jobs.
Yeah. So I can't remember, did you have 2?
I had 2. Yep, I had 2 recurring.
So a total of 9
Yep.
that were reported.
Can I ask you a question? Do you I don't ever count, obviously, new clients on Fiverr. If I get a few on Upwork, voices.com. Do you count new clients on Voice123? Do you count them as new clients? Because you kind of got them off a platform, but they're your direct clients now.
Well, they're only recurring if they don't use me through Voice123.
Okay.
If they
the first time
they use me, they're from
Voice123.
Okay. If they use me again and it's off the platform, they through my direct, and then I treat them as a direct client.
All right.
From them.
All right. Well, that's probably what I'll do then.
Okay. What are you gonna? Oh, sorry. I thought you were gonna keep talking there.
Nope.
Little dead air there. Anyway, you want me to go into my numbers? Or?
Yeah, I can just say.
Please do.
Say one thing. Just a housekeeping thing. If every once in a while, when our QuickBooks sends out invoicing, we've had a couple people say that it's gone into their spam. We don't know exactly how to. It doesn't always happen that way with the people, but the same people, it can sometimes go to the spam and sometimes not. But if you could just check it, and we'll keep working on trying to make sure that all those do. But just at the beginning of the month, if you don't see one come in, just check there first, but then reach out to us. If you're planning on staying with us, remember that it's a month-to-month agreement. And so if you decide that you don't want to do it anymore, that's more than fine. But if you do and you don't get the invoice, if you could let us know, that'd be great.
Am I weird? Because all of the time I've been in direct email marketing and voiceover, I always I keep an eye on my junk and spam all the time because I've had clients end up in there. Clients and people wanting information from me, warm replies.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you're weird or not, but it can happen.
The point being is not just for that, but I mean, if you don't check your spam or your junk, you might find a client in there with a script. If you don't check it. So just check it. Trust me, I'm not trying to tell anybody how to do technology, but that's what I do. So
yeah, it's probably a good practice to get into. I do the same thing, and I've had the same thing happen where you have somebody respond to you and you look, I've had it where you look a couple days later and it's like, oh, whoops, 3 days ago someone asked about rates. It's like,
Probably gone.
whoopsies.
We get a fair amount of
Yeah.
those too, so we make sure to check. So
Yeah.
it can happen on the other end of things too, where somebody can send you an email on the client. And
Well, and it doesn't always. Sometimes when they send you something, it might have an attachment, and because they've never contacted you before, it goes right into your.
Yeah.
I've had that
Good
with
point.
clients. I've worked with them on Voice 123. I send them an attachment, and they're like, "I didn't get it." It's like, well, can you check your spam or your junk? Oh, there it is, because we've just never had a contact before. Anyway,
Enough about that.
I'm going to talk about my numbers now, just kind of in general. One warm response for me this week, one audition. It came in just before the numbers today. And I'll tell our VOMP Plus group a little bit about that. This is just direct marketing. This isn't auditions on Voice 123 or anything like that. Those are separate. But I did 17 jobs between Upwork, Voice 123, Fiverr, and direct marketing this week. My numbers for Upwork were $877.50 altogether on 9 jobs. 3 jobs on Voice 123, $900. 3 jobs on Fiverr, $19.20 I get. Fiverr, thank you. Direct marketing, $450, 2 jobs, 2 recurring clients. And then I do some editing for my dad on the side because he is busy and he has a client that I do stuff for. So I did 4 hours of editing for him. It's $20 an hour. I keep those separate just to make sure that I'm being transparent with people, that I'm not fudging at all on that. So my this week on voiceover just alone without the editing was $2,246.70. And with the $80 voiceover and editing, $2,326.70. My goal is $1,500 a week because I'm trying to hit $80,000 this year. Last year it was 45. This year I'm pushing myself trying to get 80. So
It's a good week.
thank you.
So for my numbers this week, Upwork 0, and I'm going to detail because we do that with our VOMP Plus. And by the way, if you want information about how to be a part of VOMP Plus, you can talk to John Barsness at VOMarketingPro.com. That's a good group, just so you know. Upwork, I had 0, and I am trying to figure out how to manage Upwork with my other income streams. Hudson's given me some good advice. And so I'm kind of focusing a little bit more on Voice 123. I did get a job on Voice 123.
Nice.
It was a direct job. I didn't audition for it. They just found me. I don't know how that happens exactly. They might be scrolling through, might be just luck. I'm sure there's filters and such.
Algorithm,
but,
that's part of it. Yep.
Yep. And so that was one job for $400. I had a voices.com for $520, one job. Fiverr had 13 jobs for $1,709.40. My direct email marketing was 13 jobs also for $3,782.50 for a grand total of $6,411.90 for my week. Voiceover alone, all those 4 income streams, Voice123Voice.com, Fiverr, and direct email marketing. No coaching, no demo production, nothing. $6,411.90. I'm shooting for, I'm trying to slow down this year. The last 4 years, I've gone over 300,000. I'm trying to make the $250,000 mark. With what I've earned so far, I think I'd be at like 265 or so far. So.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. Just the little advice that I gave. Dad is in a different spot than everybody. A lot of people in voiceover. I won't say everybody, but a lot of people in voiceover. Dad makes he's very busy on Fiverr. He's very busy in direct marketing. And then he's just busy helping us out. So with things like that, he was saying, well, what do I do with Voice 123 or Upwork? Because I do those things. I'm not busy on Fiverr. I'm also not as busy as Dad is with his direct marketing and everything like that. So I just said, well, it seems like more often Voice 123 has higher budget jobs on there. Mm-hmm. And I just said to him, with the little time that you do have to do extra auditions, I said, I will keep an eye on Upwork for you for something that's bigger, a bigger job. Mm-hmm. But Upwork for him is like Fiverr for me. It's just not as important right now because he has so much going on in the background. So he's I just said, well, maybe since you're paying a little bit more on Voice 123 to be a part of it, why don't you focus on that with the time that you have? Because then you're not spending that doing Upwork stuff and only making $100 on that or something like that. Nothing wrong with Upwork, but I just wanted to make sure. I wouldn't give that advice to really most people. I'd say if you're on Upwork, Fiverr, Voice 123, audition yourself to death. Try to. But if you're making, $300,000, you don't have a lot of time to do all that stuff. So anyway, anything else before we
It's good to
shuffle
go.
off?
Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, once again, thank you guys for joining us. If you're new, you can check out our numbers videos on our playlist and our Todd's Tips. We do those as well. Some stuff that Dad does, Dad and I do to just help people out, think through some things in the voiceover world. So, all right, good enough. Take care. Have a good Friday. Hope your week went well. We'll see you later.